What's going on, guys? Welcome to Storytime Slots, and in this video I'm going to talk to you guys about bankroll management. Your average bet sizes should be according to how much you take. You guys heard of the 1% rule? If you're taking $100 to the casino, your spin should be $1 or less. If you're taking $1,000 to the casino, your spins should be $10 or less. Okay? You play around with it, $10, $5, $2. Depending on how long you're going to be there, what you're going to be playing, and how much you're going to take. Very important. However, I don't really stick to that 1% rule all the time. Sometimes I jump around. Sometimes I do things out of character. Sometimes I go crazy for a short period of time. So let's say I'm taking 1K to the casino, $1,000, right? I like to start with a machine that I'm very familiar with, okay? I know the bonuses, I know the line hits, just so I could jump ahead. Taking $1,000, my first $200 I put in the machine, and I like to make above average bets. $5, $10, maybe a $15 spin here and there. The whole strategy in the beginning, the first $200, is I'm risking that $200 to jump ahead right from the get-go. What does that allow me to do? It allows me, if successful, it allows me to play with their money, if I'm successful that is, throughout the 3 or 4 hour session that I'm there. Let's say I jump ahead. Let's say I'm successful. I'm cashing out right away, and then I'm observing what I want to do next. My goal is to be up $300, $400, $500 at this point. If it's more, even better. But my goal, like I said, $300 to $500. The whole strategy here is to continue playing that 3 or 4 hour visit with the casino's winning money, just so I don't tap into the money I brought. So let's go over this again. I bring $1,000. The first $200, I'm going somewhat crazy. When I say crazy, I don't mean $50 bets, okay? I'm putting in the first 200. So crazy for me would be start with $5, $10, and $15 bets. See where that lines up. If you happen to be successful, like I said, cash out and reevaluate your situation and move on. So now let's talk about if you're not successful with that first $200. The key is for you, if you lose, to not continue sitting there. Don't reach in your pocket and put another $100 because you think it's going to give you a bonus after you're done with that first 200. Does that make sense? If you're not successful, that $200 is gone, move on. Get up, move on, take a break. Now you have $800 left to enjoy at the casino. Very important. You're getting up. You're not sticking around there. You're not sitting there and continue dumping money in that same machine. You're getting up. You're moving machines. Now you need to kind of strategize and see how you can make your money last. Now you bring in the 1% rule, or maybe below that. Observe the casino floor. See what you could sit on. A game that you're semi-familiar with, maybe not so much. Now your bets are not that crazy. Okay, now you want to make the next $100 you put in the machine kind of last you. Start with dollar bets, go minimum, X2 multiplier, X3 multiplier. If you sit in a low rolling machine, the X2 multiplier might be $1.50 or $1.88 or whatever. It's not a big bet, okay? So first $100 goes in the machine. Now you're down $300 if you count that 100. Does that make sense? And remember, you're only putting in $100 this time. Okay? You're playing around with the denomination. You're playing around with the multipliers, and you're kind of ladder betting at this point. X2, X3. Some of these new Asian style games are really even weird numbers. 88 cent, $1.28 or whatever. So play with the denominations. Play with the ladder, the X2, X3, X4 multiplier, and see if you can win something with that second buy-in. That's $100. Now remember you're down $200 because you were trying to get ahead in the beginning. You were trying to hit that home run in the beginning. It didn't work out. Now you're back to where you want to be. Cruise control. The chances of you doubling up are good. Why do I say this? It's because the way these machines usually work, they tend to give you a bonus right off the bat. And once they give you a bonus right off the bat, evaluate your situation. If you want to cash out and get up, you just doubled up. Now, the mistake people always make is continue to play, because the machines always do this, guys. They give you an initial bonus and then they take it all back. It always is the similar case. Have you ever realized that the machines always work in this way? Remember, you're down 200 at this point. You want to at least double up, right? Now you're down $100 maybe, or get your money back on this machine, get up and take another break. The key here is for you to last. That's how I treat this thing. Now, let's say I hit a hand pay in the beginning. I hit a hand pay in the beginning. Remember that first 200 that I told you about? Let's say I hit something over $1,200. What do I do then? Guess what I do? And this is a no-brainer for me, guys. I don't care how long I've been there. I don't care if I just got there and I hit first $1,200 minimum hand pay. Guess what? I'm banking that $1,000. Now I just doubled up. I'm banking that $1,000, putting it in my wallet. I'm going home with $2,000, right? Bankroll is $1,000. I hit the hand pay, $1,200 or above. Chances are it will be above, but let's just say you just bare minimum $1,200. I'm putting the $1,000 in my wallet, and whatever I have left, if it's $50, if it's $100, if it's $150, now I'm just having fun with that. If I lose that $100 or $200 that I have to play, I call that playing money, then I just get up, go have something to eat, look around, have fun, have a drink, and I'm done for the day, guys. I just banked $1,000. Boom, I am done. That's the way I play. That's the way I usually do it. Okay? Now, sometimes I sit on a Dragon League machine, my first 200. Remember I said go semi-crazy? Sometimes I start with $5 bets. Then I change the denom to penny, max bet $5. Sometimes I go to dimes, $5, $7.50. Then I go, maybe I do $2 denom on that same machine. I do $10 bets. If I'm feeling kind of like, courageous, I go for 20 x2, couple of $20 bets. I'm just trying to hit that home run, guys, in the beginning. I'm just trying to get ahead in the beginning. Does that make sense? Anytime things are a little confusing in this video, guys, you can always rewind, watch it back, take notes if you want. Those are for people that really ask me, how do I manage my bankroll at a casino? Okay? That's what this video is about. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. That's just the way I look at things with a $1,000 budget. Let's say you're taking $2,000 budget. Multiply it by 2. Whatever I just said, multiply everything by 2. Start with $400. Start with $20 bets, maybe $25 bets. Try to hit a home run with that initial $400 buy-in. Does that make sense? Okay, 20% of your bankroll, I try to hit a home run. Now let's talk about if it doesn't work. If it's just all downhill every single spin you make, which has been the case for some time now this year. Now if that happens, guys, which happens more often than not, we start digging in and we digging in until, we finish our entertainment gambling budget of the day, of the week, of the month, depending on how often you visit casinos for entertainment, right? You're going for entertainment, right? Not to make money. No, but we all like making money, okay? We want to make money, but don't go just solely because you think you're going to make money. It's going to break your heart. But let's just say you're done for the day. The entertainment budget is done. There's a couple of ways you could go about doing this. For sure, if you're at zero and you've gone down to your last dollar, get up and go home, guys. You had your fun. Get up and go home. Now, I know guys, including myself, that I feel like, hey, it's a roller coaster ride. I'm up a little bit. I'm down. I hit somewhat of a good line hit, and I'm almost made my money back. But you see it's coming and going, and you're getting a little tired. Think about just going home with like half of your budget, You don't necessarily need to lose everything in order for you to get up and go home. Some guys, they're tired. They're happy with, cutting their losses. And some people say if I stayed, I would have got all my money back. What did I do? No, don't think like that, guys. Think of it that you just saved half your budget because you're tired and you want to cut your losses. There's nothing wrong with cutting your losses, okay? A lot of times gamblers, slot machine players, they think that they need to lose everything before they get up and go because they want their money back. So that's my initial kind of strategy and how I manage my bankroll for the first 2 machines. After that, I'm kind of like just improvising. I'm winging it. I'm seeing how I feel. I'm taking breaks. But I'm always playing with the budget. I'm within that budget. I don't take my credit cards. I don't take extra cash. I don't call my friend to Zelle me money. Never, never. Okay? I hate that, guys. Never ask a friend to lend you borrow money. In this day and age, it's very easy for you to borrow money through Zelle, through Venmo, whatever. Just make a phone call. Tell your wife, hey, send me some money. I'm tapped out right now. No, guys. Remember, you left your bank cards at home, so that's not going to work. The Zelle is not going to work. Another question I get, if I'm taking $1,000, how much is my highest spin and how much is my lowest spin? Well, obviously, my lowest spin is going to be minimum bet, whatever that is in the machine. If I'm playing high limit Dragon Link, it's $5, right? If I'm playing a low level Dragon Link in the casino floor, it's 50 cents. That's my lowest bet with $1,000. But my highest bet, it all depends. Okay, I tend to not go over $25 a spin, because if you do $25 a spin, that money will go away in a blink of an eye, guys. Betting $25 a spin. If I'm up a couple of $100, I go for it. Maybe a couple of spins at 25. But normally, I would say my highest spin with $1,000 budget is about $10. 10, maybe a couple of $15 bets. See how it goes. I normally don't go above $10 a spin when I'm taking only $1,000. Makes sense? Taking $2,000, just times it by 2. And last but not least, let's talk about the machines. Again, I mentioned in the beginning of this video how I like to just play the machines that I'm familiar with. That's important. I don't want to go and sit down on a machine that I'm not too familiar with and just start dumping my money because, hey, I'm trying to figure out the game here. What am I playing? No, I want to sit down with that first initial $200. Remember, I'm hitting a home run, but I want to sit down in a machine that I'm familiar with and I know the strengths and I know its weaknesses. Alright guys, hopefully this video helped. Let me know in the comments what your strategy is with that first initial buy-in, what your maximum bet is, and how much you take usually to the casino. Alright, let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share if you like videos like this and you want more. I really appreciate it. Alright guys, thanks for watching Storytime Slots, and we'll see you on the next video, guys. Always remember, guys, take it easy, have time for yourself, just like I am right now. Just having fun here, vegging out in the backyard, and just making videos for you guys, alright? Rock and roll. We'll see you next time. Peace.